Hey there, Darin Steen here at Fat Loss Lifestyle at my Body Transformation Center in Chicago. Super stoked about talking to one of my client success stories, Cullen Happy Haskins.
Hey.
Cullen, what's happening?
Everything, man. Rocking.
Fantastic. Cullen's 3 weeks into a 12-week body transformation program. Actually, it's a $100,000 giveaway. TLS, shop.com, Market America is offering this unbelievable chance to give money away to the winners of a body transformation program. So, Cullen, we're really excited because this week, every week we do a one check-in to see where the waistline's at. This week we lost 1 3/16 off the waistline. Cullen, how's that make you feel?
Awesome, man. Awesome.
And that's 1 week, right?
It's 1 week.
And
yeah.
the week before that, he lost 1 1/16 off before that. In total, the third weekend, he's got 2 10/16 inches, a little bit over 2.5 inches of fat off his waistline. So we're celebrating today. We're sort of analyzing why we were so successful. And we talked about a few things, me and Cullen, and 3 things, takeaways that have helped him in the last 3 weeks take his fat loss fitness program to a level where he's probably working out less and getting much more results. The first one is the timing of starchy carbs. You've heard me talk about it. Starchy carbs are rices, potatoes, oatmeals. Most people eat too many of them, get fat when they're sedentary, but when you work out with weights and do cardio, you actually get to eat more of them. Cullen, just a little brief explanation of when I helped you put together this precise food plan, what was your takeaway and how did you change what you were doing?
Well, I was a guy who definitely understood the power of, the low glycemic eating side of things. And so that part I kind of caught on pretty quick as far as what Darin already teaches. But it was the starchy carbs that, when I implemented those in, and especially on the weightlifting days, that's something I wasn't used to. As a matter of fact, I just stayed away from all that stuff when I was in exercise mode or, trying to build some muscle. And so when Darin taught me that and he explained exactly why that was important for me to do and add that fuel to my body, it made common sense to me. So of course, adding that, and of course, I'm not afraid of eating some starchy carbs, right? You're kind of used to doing that when I'm not living the athlete type lifestyle. So adding those in, I think has been paramount in the results that I'm getting. And it's been, making it eat. Well, let me say this. The biggest thing for me is I want a system. And following Darin's eating plan step by step by step and eating consistently and doing exactly what he tells me to do. In other words, I don't want any excuse. If I go off of the plan or I'm not doing exactly what he tells me to do, then we're really going to look at it and analyze and go, where did I get off track? So I'm the kind of guy, you tell me what to do, I'm just going to go do it. So to me, that's the awesome part about your system, Darin.
Fantastic. It's not really... well, let's talk. It's not really my system. I guess it really is. Okay. So in 3 weeks, Cullen's got 2 10/16 of fat off his stomach. He wasn't really a fat loss candidate. He wasn't super heavy. Those are an unbelievably great results. The cool thing is he hasn't dropped any scale weight. We're going to do a full body comp in 6 weeks. So what's it mean? It means he's gaining muscle and he's getting stronger and he's taking up less space in the room and the clothes are fitting better. It's the ultimate long-term win-win lifestyle mentality, right?
Absolutely.
Second takeaway, I asked Cullen what he's doing differently is I've taught him about the power of interval cardio. Interval is short little bursts of intensity. Don't get too concerned. It's whatever is intense for you, 60 to 90 seconds with 2 to 3 minutes rest in between. And doing about 6 to 7 to 8 cycles first thing in the morning, and then you don't eat very many starchy carbs on that day. You earn your starchy carbs on weight training days. You get them, and we alternate every other day. So Cullen, real quick, we don't want to go too long, but tell them what you used to do with interval cardio, but now how you've implemented it with this new system.
I used to do interval cardio 1 day a week. And so with this system, we're doing that interval cardio every other day. And to me, that's a huge change in how I'm working out. So to see these results happening this quickly around my waist and that much closer to the six-pack, we're like 4 weeks to the six-pack, right?
Yeah,
that was our goal was six-pack in 6 weeks, right? Let's rock this thing out.
Woo-hoo!
And so for me, that's the secret right there, is interval cardio every other day.
Very cool. And so every other day you do weights or you do cardio the next day. So you get to eat carbs one day, starchy carbs, and actually more amounts than you ever dreamed of. As you get into this, Cullen's eating more and more, and then the other day you do cardio and you lower those starchy carbs considerably. So mentally and psychologically, it's sort of easy to go with lower carbs because you know you're going to get to eat them the next day, right?
Exactly. Simple.
And the third takeaway is the timing of the meals. Cullen, can you talk about a little bit of investing time and money for you and your wife up here at my Body Transformation Center, and how have you become better at the timing of your meals? How have you done it?
For me, I'm a very schedule-oriented guy again. So from that perspective, I got a busy day. I run a business, very successful internet business. I also have 5 kids between my wife and I, obviously, so we're busy with that. So I got to schedule everything out, and I try to stay right on track to eating every 3 hours is my goal. Every 3 hours, and staying consistent with that. And I do a lot of fishing as well. And so I set alerts in my phone. It's alerting me every 3 hours. Usually I'm hungry by then anyways, but if I'm really focused on a project, and so some of you maybe can relate to this, but when I get focused, I'm focused on a certain thing. And so if I'm focused on a project, work-oriented, on my computer, doing something like that, I can get kind of just like, I'll eat in a little while, and I keep pushing it off, right? Well, with this, I set those alerts in my phone to remind me to make sure. It's like, no, you're hungry, and I am hungry. I just push it off. You can't do that. I got to keep my metabolism rocking. So for me, that's the secret.
And partly that goes with that, being on time with the meals, is being prepared to have the meals with you. Not flying by the seat of your pants and running to fast food, even though you got Chipotle and a few healthy options out there. But Cullen, tell us briefly, what have you done to have food purchased in bulk at the beginning of the week and cooked so that you can actually get up in the morning in 2 to 3 minutes, bring it with you in a food bag?
Well, and that's just it. I mean, on Sunday, as Darin suggests, you got the ground lean turkey, making that in advance and portioning that out, chicken breast, cooking those in advance, hard-boiled eggs, different things like that. And of course, my go-to is, of course, shakes. Awesome protein shake, making sure I take that in, because that, no matter what, I'm not going to skip a meal. That's my attitude. So if I'm prepared, I got those meals ready, and I've got protein shakes, man, it's a done deal.
When you get up in the morning, Cullen, and the kids wake up and the day can just hit you square in the face, then you got to get going. How many minutes do you need to put food in a bag if you got to leave the house? How long does it take you to put the food?
5 minutes. 5 minutes, fast.
Yep, 2 to 5 minutes. And even if I had to leave, for an air flight. I pack my food before I pack my personal clothes and my toothbrush and stuff. I've been trained, pack my food first. I packed my food for 5 days in a trip I took in like 5 minutes. All the food I needed for the trip. So once you get used to it, it's like anything else, you get better at it.
Absolutely.
All right, Cullen, last thing, I want to ask you, you've been around the block, you've done bodybuilding shows in the past, you've been fit, semi-fit, and you've been there. And you've come and go from the fitness, fat loss lifestyle. Why are you investing time and money for you and your wife, Trin, to come up here 30, 40 minutes south and hiring me as a coach? Why do you need to do that?
Well, it's just all about staying consistent, and I'm a big guy that believes in accountability. It doesn't matter if it's staying healthy, if it's in business, you name it, you need an accountability coach in order to stay on track. And so for me, that's a simple solution. But it's also, I know I'm going to maintain it. My big thing is when I get off track is when, I'm not hitting the gym at all, and I'm off fishing or doing whatever, coaching my kids' basketball team and so forth, and I'm eating unhealthy foods. So I got to stay balanced on that in my life. And I know after, this going around, I'm going to stay balanced on it because I feel great. And so it's silly to get that far off track. So even if I'm in the gym a couple days a week exercising, eating healthy, 90% of the time, have a cheat here and there, I know I'll maintain. And that's really the thing, is you can't get totally off track. At least that's me. That's the secret. So.
Awesome. Well, we all know the story. Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, they need coaches as well. We all need coaches to hold us accountable. So if you like this video and there were some takeaways that you like, hit the thumbs up. Spread it to your friends that you think could gain some information, some takeaways from here. And me and Cullen will get in there, and maybe even Trin too, and we'll comment, and we'll get some discussions going. We'll try to learn from it.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
All right, keep rock and roll, Cullen. I can't wait to check in with you next week, buddy. Keep rocking and rolling.
All right, brother.
Until then, you do have the power to change. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. Woo!